welcome to Living with Purpose, where we have fabulous guests coming in and sharing how they're living a life of purpose and why they believe purpose is so important. My guest today is Heba Ramzy. She's an executive and the corporate citizenship lead at Avanade, a technology consultancy company. I've known Heba since early 2000 when she was at a nonprofit in Egypt, actually a nonprofit that was serving Africa and Africa youth. And I was running my nonprofit on digital partners. And then we've had the pleasure of working with each other at Microsoft, where I was the lead of philanthropy and she was running the Middle East and Africa region. And Heba is one person who still tells me what to do. I go for a walk with her and she tells me, Akhtar, go do this. So I say, yes, ma'am. So Heba, thank you very much and welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Akhtar, and thank you for inviting me to be part of that journey with you. So it has been an amazing one and really value our partnership and friendship, which is more important.
So Heba, share with our listeners one golden nugget, a piece of wisdom that you have collected on this varied journey of yours.
You always ask the tough question, Akhtar. And to share with you one is hard. I have got a number of, but maybe the one thing that pops up to my mind or that comes to my mind as the first one is, I would say, embracing failure and learning from it. That is something that we feel uncomfortable with. But when we look at it, we learn so much, and this helps us to go further, because we go learn and innovate as we move forward. So this is one thing that sticks to my mind. And I know that people are very uncomfortable to talk about failure, but it is very important. That's how we develop. That's how we grow. That's how we innovate.
That's actually very fascinating. And just for our listeners to kind of understand, none of us have actually ever learned to walk without falling down, but we have always gotten up and move forward. It is just part of our DNA. But education and training has got us fearful of failure. So Heba, you're absolutely correct. We've always known how to embrace failure. Go back to your childhood and go from crawling to walking to running. But always get up. Let's now talk about purpose and how you use it to show up in life and inspire others. So Heba, why is purpose important to you?
Purpose is very important to me. Because it helps me focus on doing what truly matters to me. And what truly matters to me is to make a change, make a genuine human impact with a focus on the next generation of change makers, the leaders of tomorrow. How can we inspire them? How can we guide them? How can we share our knowledge and expertise while listening to them? Help them develop their skills and the vision to create a positive impact, to be successful in life. That's important. I mean, it really is something, it relates to why we exist. Why are we here? I mean, to do a job, then what? To buy stuff, then what? There is a reason why we are here. And that is the driver. And a purpose is the driver for us. And you've known me for a long time, and it has been part of my journey. It is about helping others. And that, that purpose lived with me throughout my career journey. And I've been focusing heavily on the next generation of leaders, the next generation of workforce, because that gives us also hope. They will be able to change. But it is like life is a relay. I mean, again, we're watching now the Olympics, so you can see that the relay that happens. We want to give the baton. We want to hand the baton to the next leaders. And to do that, it's not teaching them, it's working with them, understanding their challenge, helping them and enabling them to be successful. It is about creating opportunities or helping them to create opportunities and change life. It is also about, we were talking about failure. It's about embracing certain things in life, one of which is failure. Fail fast, and learn and move forward. But as part of that.
So talking about failure, so that kind of leads me to this next question. Give an example of how you have used purpose as a renewable source of energy for yourself to keep moving through tough times and good times?
It's a very good question. I'm an optimist. I mean, I always look at the glass half full. And if I look today at the world and all the dynamics that are happening, and, like there are so many challenges that we can all get pulled in and it will consume all our brain energy and life. But because I have that purpose, I mean, I keep focusing on what I control, what I can do. And one of the examples I'm very fond of a number of programs that we are doing, one of which is the Fuel Conference. This is a week-long conference which focus on innovation, leadership, and technology. It is catered for, students who are studying STEM and business, young people who are looking for career change in the technology space. We bring them all together and we engage with them with leaders like yourself. And I make sure that we have a purpose workshop in that conference. It's an integral part because I want it to be engraved in their journey as well. And then we challenge them for 48 hours to work on a hackathon and make our world a better world. With that, we ignite and spark purpose in them, but also innovation. Get them to learn how to work together. So the power of collaboration, and we are stronger together. We help them, but you know what? All the ideas and engaging with these young people inspire me personally. It keeps me going. It keeps me, thinking about new ways. And that's what fuel my life. And that's, and it's all connected to the purpose.
That's a great example of a successful endeavor that you've launched. Over the last 5 years, thousands of young people, women, men, have gone through this and got inspired and become change makers. But I also know that this has not been a straight journey for you. So talk a little bit about how you have used purpose to overcome these challenges that have come in your way.
One very personal example, as I started my career and, I got my first degree in business and minor computer science. And so I started the coding, I started working in coding and I realized that this is not helping me to do what I want. And it was, so I went on to study management of information systems or management of, the innovation and digital innovation, as we call it now. And I was doing that and I did so many jobs. There was one pivotal point in my life when I started really just thinking about what do I want to do? Do I want to do a job and I want to be successful in the job, or do I want to leave a legacy? And that was a pivotal moment. And yes, it's not about the job. It's not about the day-to-day task. We need to do it, of course. It's about lasting impact. It's about leaving something that will help people. And then I came across something. I was touring one of the villages in Egypt. I was invited to speak, and I came across, and there was this little girl with her father just approached me and said, "You know what? My daughter is fascinated with what you are saying. She wants to be like you." So I looked at him and I said, "Thank you." But that little girl lives in a village. And village, in the global south, they don't have all the means that we do have and enjoy. No internet or no fast internet, no access to computers, and so on and so forth. So that was a pivotal moment that I said, no, I need to do something else. And I changed, that was a shift in my career by focusing on making a difference in the lives of people. That had opened so many doors for me moving forward and got me to focus more and more on helping people like that little girl who were born and was growing in a village that doesn't have a lot of means, and they have a lot of challenges, which we're taking for granted.
That's very inspiring. And again, to our listeners, it's really not about you, yourself, and your satisfaction. Of course, it is about that. But it is also about how do you get to a point where your fulfillment, your meaning, your contentment in life is not just about you, but it is about moving from the me to the we and extending the common good, the collective good, and making sure others are also able to thrive. So, Heba, thank you very much for wisdom that you have actually given us. Again, to our listeners, finding one purpose is a lifelong journey. It evolves with life circumstances and priorities. Remember, individuals are not problems to be solved, but we are all mysteries in our own self. Embrace us, embrace yourself. Join us at purpose.mindset.org and share your own story of how you are living a life with purpose. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Akhtar.
Does your company have a story to tell about purpose? Become a part of our book series. Visit onegoldennugget.com/living with purpose.